guys, welcome back to Ironing Out the Kinks podcast with Luke
and Chelsea.
Married couple talking about all things sexy, kinky, naughty, and just giving general advice when asked, I guess.
Yeah, just having some fun.
Just having fun. Fuck yeah. Right, how are we
starting this? So I'm actually going to do a little shout out, ask, beg to anyone listening to this on Apple Podcasts. We see there's a lot of you and we only have 3 reviews, which isn't helpful to us in the rankings. We are currently ranking number 1 in the UK under sexuality, but we want to get up there in health and sex.
And just general.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this on your Apple Podcast, if you wouldn't mind just pausing the episode and leaving us a quick review, it would really, really help us and we'd appreciate it ever so much. And we get to read them as well. So
yeah, they're nice to read.
Yeah, we enjoy that. Good. They give us a warm and fuzzy.
And whatever you're listening to us on, chuck us a little review. You notice we haven't had a few in a while. They do. They all matter. And whilst we're on that, we've got merch now, which we've posted on our socials. I don't think we've really spoke about on here.
No, we haven't.
So what have we got?
So we've got a mug first and foremost.
Multiple mugs.
Well, we have one specifically to piss Luke off.
It genuinely pissed me off when you showed me the design.
It's a Starbees mug. So if you know from one of our previous episodes, Luke hates it and everyone taunts him with the word Starbees now.
It's not funny.
You're showing your weakness again.
Yeah, no, I don't care. The fact that it's in this house, we've got one in this house, pisses me off.
I know.
Because it's just such a slap in the face. But and what else have we got?
We have a Dom and sub mug set.
Which is cool.
So, if you didn't already know your roles.
Yeah, everyone else can now know.
Them.
And we're working on a sock monkey.
Yes, Ironing Out the Kinks sock monkey.
It's going to be a little slut.
It's not going to have a bottom, so you can use it for easy access.
Yeah, we might just stick a fleshlight in it. We don't know yet. Anything else you want to plug whilst we're at the start of this?
No, I'm done for begging for now, but next episode I'll be at it again on my knees.
For sure. What? Stop flirting with me.
I'm sorry.
Okay, right. Let's get on with it.
So this episode, I want to talk a little bit about porn and brain chemistry.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, we've had a lot of submissions that are kind of similar around, am I watching it too much? Am I masturbating too much? And we've kind of briefly touched on it to say it's not a problem until it's a problem.
Yep.
But I just want to touch a little bit on how excessive use of porn can have a little effect on your brain chemistry. And if anything, I think when I first started reading this, I thought, this might be a bit too negative. But the more I read about it, the more it could reaffirm for people that, no, I haven't got a problem. I'm all good. So I'm just going to dive into what I've wrote here. Sorry if I've written it really badly, because we all know I'm not super educated.
Not great at reading or writing.
No, I am not. So what happens to your brain when you watch porn? Well, let's introduce our bestie dopamine.
Dopamine, of course.
So dopamine is the chemical that makes you essentially go, oh yes, I want more of that. So when you're eating something, when you're shopping, even when, you're waiting for a text back from someone and you finally get it, you get that little warm and fuzzy, I got it. That's basically your dopamine peaking.
Okay.
Right. So when you're watching porn, your brain floods with dopamine. Like anything that gives you a big rush, over time, your brain will likely start craving more. But here's where the issue may start for you. Where your brain starts craving more, it can sometimes be bigger, wilder, more extreme, which is where you hear, online in places about therapists saying that if you start with at A, you'll soon reach Z by having a mental extremity addiction, right?
Yeah.
You hear that kind of a lot.
Gateway porn.
Gateway porn.
I just started with vanilla. I just started with missionary. and now I'm watching people fist each other's mouths.
Yeah. Well, it happens though, doesn't it? We all kind of get bored of watching the same porn over and over, and then you want to find something, I wouldn't necessarily say extreme, but different, wild.
I'm going to put my point then at the end. No, at the end.
Oh, okay. So if you do find that, so we're talking about the people that do kind of start doing that. They do want something a bit bigger, wilder, more extreme. That's when the brain starts getting a little bit desensitized.
Mm-hmm. So does less dopamine get released then? And you want that rush back? I'm thinking of gambling, because I do a bit of gambling. I'm associating this with gambling. It's
more that you're getting that dopamine rush so quickly. Whereas if you were having an intimate moment with someone, you know, the build up, the kissing, the foreplay, and then boom, you're having sex, your dopamine level is going to peak when you've had that build up. So it takes longer to get there. Whereas when you're watching porn, your dopamine level spikes pretty quickly.
So you're impatient.
So you become impatient, yeah, and you're getting used to that high dopamine level. So you'll start to hear. We had a submission a couple of weeks ago about somebody with who was getting a bit erectile dysfunction because of his porn addiction, and was worried about having sex with people. That's where it starts to look a bit foggy, because he's so used to getting his dopamine rush instantly that when he is with somebody, his brain's not used to slow dopamine release. So he's then struggling to get hard because of it. Does that make sense to you?
That's made sense to me. Yeah, completely. I'm hooked in this.
Yeah, you're interested in this.
Yeah.
So, like I said, they call it porn-induced erectile dysfunction.
Seems like such an oxymoron. Because porn-induced hard-ons are a thing in my world.
Well, they would be with someone who experiences this. PIED is what they shorten it to. Okay. They are still getting a hard-on when they're watching porn. It's more that their dysfunction comes in when they're with somebody. So studies are starting to show that more and more than ever, younger people now are starting to struggle with an erectile dysfunction. So they're kind of putting it around to the easy access of porn, which again kind of makes sense. But also with anything, I say this with any kind of study, we have more accessibility now to do wider studies. So the stats are always going to look skew from what they did 20, 30 years ago. So take it with a pinch of salt, in my opinion. But like I said, if your brain is expected on high demand, high speed, stimulation, the real life sex with emotions build up, unpredictable moments is then going to start feeling like a little bit more of a longer task for you. So if solo time's fine and things aren't standing to attention when it's the real deal, that's when you might need to rethink your habits.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what when you should potentially have a look at some help.
So I wouldn't even say help. It's more like taking a little detox. So some people might quit for a month, kind of reset their brain, and then suddenly, you know, real life sex is hot again, or they're able to get hard in a real life situation. Stopping porn essentially allows the brain to weaken those pathways that you've already strengthened to start to make new. So there's that saying out there that if you do anything 7 times over, it starts to become a habit. Yeah. So if you start getting hard, you know, this is just numbers, but if you start getting hard 7 times, not by porn, your pathway is then redoing its thing.
My pathway's good from today then.
What do you mean?
I got hard more than 7 times today.
I know.
There was no porn involved. I was busy.
Can you recall your favourite one?
Probably when I brushed past you in the kitchen.
Did you?
I can't remember. Something happened. I got a chub.
Love that. So the point here really is that porn isn't the devil, but if it is messing with your brain, your relationships or your dick, it might be time for that reprogramming. Yeah.
I think my point, I think that's really interesting. And I think that's helpful for people. People will worry. I spend a lot of time on like Reddit, as we know, where I look at different sexual stuff for this and, you know, for interest. And I see immediately so many people jump to, you know, if your relationship's got a problem, he's probably got a porn addiction. And I'm like, okay, let's calm down. And you could imagine being a young person reading that and thinking, well, I watch porn regularly. I'm still having sex normally, but I watch it. Am I at risk? And demonizing it. And I'm not saying there isn't a problem. There are people that do have problems, of course. But yeah, I think it's an easy blame. Yeah. In a lot of cases.
And the thing is, like, I was looking at some of the studies out there, and it varies on per study, per person carrying it out, where it says where the limits are, where like the safe zone is, and where you're starting to get into a porn addiction. Right. And I don't actually agree with them, because everyone's completely different. Someone could watch porn, you know, once a day and be absolutely fine, can have intimate moments with their person, but some studies will class that as an addiction. I think it's a person by person basis. Some people might desensitize themselves by watching it once a day. Some people might need to watch it 10 times a day in order to desensitize themselves. So I don't think there's not a guideline. Yeah. It's more, you, and when it starts becoming a problem, then it's a problem.
I think they're coming up with, you'd hope they'd come up with a generalized sort of analysis of basically what you've said. Like, if you're struggling with this, then maybe that's the issue, not just once a day is too much now. Yeah. It's every other day. And you're like, well, actually I watch porn and still you can kiss me and I'll get hard. Yeah. That's true. But the other thing to say is we all started with the soft stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember the first time I got an actual like footage of porn. And I was like, that's an actual real dick going into a real vagina. I pretty much just creamed in my pants. And now I like other stuff. But what porn enabled me to do, it wasn't the fact that I was searching for more extreme. It enabled me to explore what I liked.
100%.
And sometimes I still do that. I'll look at stuff and think, I wonder if I'm into this. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. And it's allowed me to, I don't know how to simplify it because I'm like a child in my head. I always try and simplify things down. It's like building a map in my brain. And then I'll think, is there any more to this map down in that corner? No, that's it.
I think
what about there? What about that?
Every single person's different, but you can have a go-to that you go to time and time again, and then all of a sudden you're like, not feeling this, and you'll go watch something else, but 6 months down the line you'll watch that something else again and go, not liking this anymore. Yeah. Like it's so changing, and you know yourself better than anyone. There is actually one thing to note here that I wrote down. So with the heavy users that make that decision to have a little detox on porn, if anyone out there is looking to do that, this is just a little PSA for you. It can actually result in initial drop of libido, and even withdrawal like symptoms, which is crazy because it's not a substance.
But it's a dopamine withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's a withdrawal.
Yeah, it's a substance in that sense, isn't it? But if that does happen, that is a clear sign that your brain has to become dependent on that dopamine peak or stimulation. So You're doing the right thing. But yeah, it can be completely normal, but your brain is forever rewiring itself, so it's not something that you're going to carry on through the rest of your life.
If you choose not to. So, yeah, and on that note, subscribe to our OnlyFans. No, I'm joking. That's never going to happen. Everyone needs to calm down asking. No, I think that's really interesting.
Cool.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
What's next?
Naughty corner.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Alrighty.
I fucking love these. I love all of this.
I think I've got 3.
3?
A whole
Sounds hot.
3.
Little threesome.
Right, my boyfriend, 23 male, and I, 23 female, have been together for a year now. He's a great guy and I love him dearly. We have access to each other's phones, but we rarely check them. Well, early this morning, I had a bit of a weird gut feeling that I needed to check his phone. Not my proudest moment, but now I'm glad I did because what I found completely blindsided me. There was a text about a divorce. At first, I thought maybe I was misreading it, but I kept scrolling, the truth unraveled. It turns out he's been married since March 2023. Their relationship ended late last year, and he's still going through the divorce process. The worst part, throughout our entire relationship, up until recently, he was sending her money every few weeks. I feel betrayed, lied to, completely blindsided. Fair enough. When he woke up, I confronted him. I asked who she was and he brushed it off, saying she was just someone back home. I kept pressing and the lies just kept coming. He told me he was sending her money for his car. That doesn't make sense. Then when I asked about the legal documents he had sent her, he said they were for his car again, but they were divorce papers. That's when I laid it all out. I told him I knew he was lying and I knew he was still married. Only then did he start apologising, saying he'd tell me whatever I wanted to know. But honestly, the damage is done. We talked about marriage, about our future, about building a life together. So now I'm questioning if any of it was even real. I've caught him in little white lies before, but this is huge. If he could keep something this big from me, then lie straight to my face when asked, how can I ever fully trust him? Is this something that can be moved past once the divorce is finalised, or am I better off walking away now?
Walk away?
I'd say so. That's a huge lie, like she said.
It's just, It's just ridiculous. How long were they together? Sorry. Did it say?
For a year.
So hang on. So it's March 25 now. They got married in March 23. And when did the divorce start?
So I'm assuming around March 24.
So he just started getting a divorce and then got into a new relationship and didn't mention it. I can understand not mentioning it on a first date necessarily.
But after being with someone for a year.
Yeah, and when you're talking about spending the rest of your life with them.
You get caught in your lie, don't you? You're like, well, when's the fucking right time for me to say this? I'm not justifying him at all.
I feel like you need to come into dating and stuff prepared for that. Not like, well, it just kind of came out of nowhere. No, it didn't. It didn't. It's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a year. And you're still sending her money for his car. What the fuck? That makes no sense.
Honestly, brutally. You're 23 years old. Don't deal with this liar now.
I forgot about that.
Get on with life. The thing is, it's like he's broken your trust, and you'll always think about this. Can I trust him? Is he telling the truth? And also, if he feels so confident to lie for you for a year, he's going to feel confident at another point in your life together to lie to you about something.
Even when it's put in front of him, who's this? You can go, okay, sit down.
And
I didn't know what happened. Yeah, I fucked up. I didn't know how to explain this. This is everything. And then at least you get the warm and fuzzy like, okay, I could maybe believe that he got lost in that lie kind of thing.
Lied.
Yeah, he's just fucked it. But he just kept lying and lying and lying until it's like, no, I know everything. And there's a, okay, yeah, okay. Can we move on now? No. And he just seems like someone who's a liar. Some people are just liars.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people just are, and they will just lie. And you're like, why are you doing this? And it's just the way they are. They're just not necessarily, I don't want to say compulsive, because I feel like that's such a strong word, where some people are compulsive liars. They'll lie about their job. They'll lie about their friends. They'll lie about...
More, use the word comfortable.
Comfortable liar.
He's a comfortable liar.
I like that.
Nice. So yeah, in my opinion, you're far too young to be even questioning this. If someone's fucked you over at this age, just move on. There's plenty more you're going to meet in life.
So much life ahead of you. I didn't even stop growing up till I was about 30.
I know.
You know, yeah. So yeah, no, I would comfortably say, yeah, listen, it's not good. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with life, because you're better than that.
Happy with that advice?
Yeah, double thumbs up from Chelsea there. Just gave me a double thumbs up. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm happy with that. I mean, that was a really easy one. And I think she knows in herself for even asking the question.
Yeah, that's it. You just want the warm and fuzzy pat on the back. You've done the
right thing. Yeah, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Hey, Chelsea and Luke. First off, I adore you two. Your chemistry is fire emoji.
Fire emoji. Fire. Thank you very much.
And you make these conversations feel so normal. Okay, so my partner and I recently tried role playing for the first time. We were both really excited, picked a scenario, got all dressed up, the whole thing. But as soon as we started, we both got the giggles, like full on cannot take this seriously laughter. We ended up just having regular sex and avoiding eye contact with the costumes after. How do people actually get into the mindset for role play without feeling ridiculous, or are we just not cut out for it?
First of all, I'm going to touch back. I literally had this conversation earlier today. Somebody said, I love the way you and Chelsea just talk to each other on the podcast. And I was like, mate, that is just how we talk.
It's just life, yeah.
This is just how we talk every day. But yeah, so thank you. That was nice to hear twice in one day. I guess maybe some people aren't cut out for role play.
I disagree.
Really? Because I think it's like, sorry to cut you off.
That's all right.
I feel like it's like, I always say it's like acting. And you feel silly for the first little bit, and then you just kind of do it. If anyone was ever in like a school play or something, you feel silly and then you kind of do it. I've done actual acting, not, whatever, but you feel silly at the start of a scene. Initially, you're like, and then it becomes normal. I play Dungeons and Dragons. It's like that. Initially, you feel a bit silly, but then when everybody else buys into it.
That's why I don't believe that not everyone's cut out for it, because once you're comfortable, you're in it. This is the first time either of them ever touched on any form of role play. They're in costumes.
They've gone hard on the costumes.
Completely out of character.
They've gone hard on the costumes. Like, I respect it.
I want to know their scenario.
Yeah. But I feel like there's an easier way to go into
this.
That's
what I mean. They're completely stripped themselves from their own characters. And then they're going, right, let's do this for the first time. Yeah, you're going to feel silly. Like, I think it's like with D&D, you don't just have your first game and be like, I'm the most confident fucking role player now. You got to do it over and over and over again and go, no, I'm good. This is me now. I think it's just a case of doing it a couple of times, maybe not the costumes because that's an extra step. That's a huge extra step. I love it though. Yeah, honestly. For sure. But
that's confident.
Maybe it is confident. I love the intention behind this.
Yeah, imagine if one of them's like a Donald Trump outfit. Like it's like mental, you know what I mean? Like
Trump and Elon scenario.
Oh my God.
Sexy.
Oh, that's sucking.
Oh.
Anyway.
My advice here, if I may.
Of course.
Can I speak?
God damn it, man. Of course.
Keep at it. Strip the costumes back just for now and maybe start with some simpler scenarios. Just go with it. Rather than doing like a police officer and a prisoner.
Naughty girl.
Yeah, something like that. Just go with like the guy is a high flyer who loves BDSM and you're the girl who's never experienced it before. Really simple, dynamic there, and just play with it.
Do you know what's a good way to do it? You all right?
Yeah. My voice didn't come out, but my mouth moved.
Okay. Cool. Is doing it like, let me try and think about how I phrase this. So I could say to you, I'll give a scenario from what I see. I'm like behind you in bed, we're like spooning, and I'm like, could you imagine that you're just here on your own and somebody's broken in and you're actually like, they've got in bed with you and they're gonna fuck you, but you really want it. And you're like, you then, there's no build up, there's no anticipation, there's no like silliness, there's no like,
God, for sure. It's just that's really good.
Like, oh my God, who are you? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Open your legs and you're like, oh no. Like, this is a CNC type thing. We like CNC, but
yeah,
something like that. Something just fall into something really, really simple. You don't need big characters. You don't need backstories. You don't need like, all of the stuff, but you can just
character sheet before you come into it.
Roll in initiative. No, you just need to, I think just a quick one, like, imagine we're at a party right now and we've just snuck away and like, I don't know, say you got like
I love your imagination. It's so wild.
It flies off. But like you got like a quote unquote like cheating kink. And you're like, imagine you got a boyfriend and he's downstairs and you've just bumped into me up here and you've like seen me and you actually want to fuck me and you're sick of him.
What we should say right now, if you want any role inspiration, just email Luke and he'll just roll off the top of his head.
There's so many going through my head right now. I'm super like imaginative, but I'm just so shit at creating things. Like you're so artistic. Like you do all of our design stuff. You do all of our social stuff. I'm a bit
stunted in my head.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, I see all of these magical worlds and I can't fucking get shit out. But anyway, I think for me, that's the easy answer.
Oh yeah,
just a quick scenario. And if you do feel quote unquote like silly, have the lights off. Do it in the dark. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get into bed and be like, this is what we're going to do. Like pretend like this.
Even having a little like fun over text as well. That could be that's a good idea. A good one because you're not actually facing each other. You can giggle before you write a text without like breaking character. Yeah. So that could be fun as well.
For sure. But I think I still stand by, I think maybe some people can't do it, but I don't think that's a lot of people. I think that is people who have been super
reserved people. The fact that they actually want to do this means they can do it. They've got it in them.
It's the people who from day dot have been super reserved and are super like,
or are being coaxed into it by their partner who wants to do it.
This is really not something I'm comfortable with, but I'll kind of try. Whereas you've gone, let's get costumes, let's do this. You both want to. I just think maybe you've gone in at 100 miles an hour a little bit and just wind it back down. Whatever the scenario was, you can do it without the costumes. You can literally, you don't even need to talk that much. You can just both imagine that you're in that scenario and then play that scenario out and bang, I think, I think it's doable.
I want updates on these guys.
Give us what the scenario, I want to know the costumes, I want to know the scenario and I want to know how you get on. Give us some updates.
Cool. Ready for the next one?
Yes, please.
Hey, you two.
Stop it. Why are they flirting with us so
flirtatious.
Much? God.
So my partner...
There's erection number 8. God, sorry.
So my partner and I have been trying to spice things up, and we recently experimented with sensory play, blindfolds, ice cubes, and a little bit of light bondage, that kind of thing. The problem, I absolutely hated it. Instead of feeling sexy and heightened, I just felt anxious, like I wasn't in control. My partner was super respectful and stopped as soon as I said something, but now I feel bad they were really into it. I don't want to be a buzzkill, but I also don't want to force myself into something that makes me uncomfortable. Any advice on how to navigate this without making them feel rejected?
I mean, you've done the right thing communicating it.
Yeah.
And they seem like they're okay with it. Just because they're like, oh, I thought it was cool, doesn't mean it's the be all and end all.
Yeah.
You know, if they were like, well, the only thing I'm into is sensory play, then there's a conversation you guys need to have. But it's really annoying me. I read something the other day about this, about people talking about BDSM, restrictive bondage stuff, but how to keep control of it. And I think it was basically the loss of control, the feeling of loss of power. Blindfolds, a lot of people don't like.
Yeah.
See, some people love, some people don't like. But being restricted or sort of overpowered, as it were, but then verbally being in command, you know, having your legs tied open, arms tied up, and you're like, now eat my pussy. Now suck my dick.
It's like almost a little bit of a switch scenario.
Complete switch scenario, but you're like, you become the object that the slave has to worship. It's a complete, like, instead of being the object that they get to do what they want with, you are now the thing that they worship. And there's like a switch around to it. And they still, you know, that's then your partner also has to be okay with switch cut type stuff. But for me, if I'm tying you up, which we enjoy, and you were like, no, I feel more comfortable telling you what to do. Cool. You know what I like because we're going to communicate about it before. So it's again that it's almost like a fallacy. You're almost like making it up that you're in control. I'm not in control of our sex life when we have sex. You're in control, but I'm in control in the moment.
Right.
But I'm in control of giving you what I know you want.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same the other way around. You can have the like restrictive play or whatever it may be, sensory stuff. Again, blindfolds definitely aren't for everybody. There's different people who have different reactions to being, you know, having their vision taken away. But you can still have the control.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
So I would actually ask here, what is it you don't like about it? You say that you was anxious that you wasn't in control. Is it the restraint part of it that you don't like? Because you can still do elements of this without being restrained. So it's sensory play is what they've done here. It's not necessarily restriction play that they've done here.
I've kind of gone down the rabbit hole again, sorry.
No, because what you say is completely valid. So it says blindfolds, ice cubes, a light bit of bondage. So is it the bondage element you don't like? Did you like the ice cubes? Did you like the sensory? Did you like being touched with your eyes closed? Or find out exactly what part of it you didn't like. If you didn't like all of it, then you've done the right thing. And you not liking something isn't you rejecting someone. It's just you saying, I don't really like doing that. Let's try something else.
Exactly.
Don't feel bad for that. And I wouldn't give you any more advice on how to navigate that with your partner because you've done the right thing. And I don't think there's much more you can do. But to kind of find a middle ground, if you wanted to, I'd ask myself exactly what I didn't like and eliminate that and then give it another go and see if you like it without the part you didn't like.
And if you're trying to spice things up, sort of leading on from what you said there, if you're trying to spice things up, there's a plethora on the menu. There's not so many that. Things. Yeah, there's not just that. There are, we've talked about a fair few, and we will continue to do this until people feel more comfortable having these discussions with themselves and with other people. But if that's not the one, move on to the next.
Yeah.
What else do we like? What else are you into? And maybe you take charge on the next suggestion. You sort of go, well, I saw this and I like this idea. That's what I would like to do. Is that okay? And, you know, you work your way around it. And it is, I mean, we say the same things. I don't know why people still listen to us when all we say is communicate. But that's the first piece of that puzzle of what you're going to both do and both hopefully enjoy. Yeah.
And I'd say quickly, shoe on the other foot, if you did come up with something that you could try next and your partner doesn't like it and go, I don't really fancy doing that, are you going to feel rejected and take it personally? No, you're going to go, cool, no worries. So don't feel bad about having your preferences.
Yeah. Never ever feel bad about having your preferences, because that is who you are. And that's what this is about. This is what we're preaching, because everybody's their own little unique thing, aren't they? Yeah. What?
Well, they're all different, aren't they? Snowflakes. Fingerprint. Let's go fingerprint, because snowflake sounds insulting nowadays.
It does. But also, how do they know that all snowflakes are different?
I'm sure they've analysed a fuck ton.
I don't reckon they have. Because think about how many snowflakes there are.
Yeah, but
it's snowing right now in the world.
Yeah, but I'm sure they've gathered.
Get up to the top of Everest, scoop me up some snow, and tell me it's not the same as what fell 1,000 years ago in friggin' Siberia or something. You can't. You don't know. The scientists are lying to us, man.
All right, so moving on. Are you ready?
I'm not stupid. I don't believe science is stupid.
A quiz on my face.
Oh shit, we're there already?
We're there.
Oh my God, I'm only just getting over that chub.
Get your bloody phone out.
Oh yeah, of course, sorry.
So the scorers on the doors are Luke's on 8. Oh, fuck.
Am I winning?
And I'm on 7.
I mean, and also, there was one that I said that I got no points when actually I got 1 point. Did you get that one?
Don't worry, I've added that on.
Good.
I listened to the episode specifically to tally them up.
It was about dolphins masturbating.
I actually regret now I've put a multiple choice on this, but...
Okay, right.
What are you going to do about it?
Nothing.
Get it wrong?
I'm going to win. That's what I'm going to do. What are we going to do? We're going to do up to like 10 and then...
We'll do 10 rounds. So this is round 5 now. Okay,
we will do 10 rounds. We will keep it going, but there'll be like a punishment. Probably oral sex, which isn't a punishment.
No, don't punish me.
Exactly. All right, next time. Let's go.
You ready for question 1?
Yes, please.
So what's the average number of times a person has sex in their lifetime?
Oh, God, it depends,
so you haven't got to get
it
it bang on. We can kind of do like...
One pick.
100 either side.
100 either side. God, that's a lot. In their life. So hang on to think about it. Oh, this is...
It's a tough one. Because there's so many scenarios.
Exactly. I've been listening to a podcast on Mormons. And they don't fuck.
They don't?
No. It's on Mormon killers, but hold up. Right. Right.
Actually, they do, because I watched Mum Talk, and that's Mormon wives, and they were just like orgies.
Anyway, question 2, please.
What's the slang term for masturbating in Victorian England? Are you ready for this? A.
Oh, good.
Galloping down, knock me down lane.
Okay.
B. Plucking the rose. C. Making the beast with 2 backs. D. Putting the devil into hell.
Okay. I know it's not one of them.
Okay.
So I know one of them means something else.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I love that. Right, you happy with that?
Yeah.
All right, question 3. Which country is known to have the highest rate of masturbation?
Ooh. But again, how do we know?
True.
Okay. Yeah, they're wankers.
Okay, question 4. What's the average time spent on a porn site per visit?
Oh, right. Got to scan past the intro, scan past the talking.
Yeah.
But then you've also got to find the right video.
That's it.
I'm going up. Yeah. Okay, next.
Okay, question 5. When was the first pornographic film released?
Oh, it's going to be like...
I'm going to let you get this within the decade.
Okay, cool. Right, yeah, I'm done.
Okay, question 1. What's the average number of times a person has sex in their lifetime?
8,500.
No.
What is it?
4,239.
What a bunch of virgins.
I mean, that's still a lot. You think about it.
Not if you think you have sex, even like... I'm not going to go into the maths because we'll be here all day. But I thought it'd be more than that.
Okay, question 2.
Well, we're from the UK and we have sex young.
See, well, they don't anymore.
No one's having sex anymore.
Okay, question 2. What's the slang term for masturbating in Victorian England?
I went for B.
Which was?
Plucking the rose.
That's correct.
Yes. It's not making the beast with two backs because that's actually having sex.
Yeah, that's penetrative sex. So I'll go through actually what each of them mean because they do mean something.
Okay.
Galloping down knock me down lane is a euphemism for having sex. That's another euphemism for having sex, but any form of sex, so gay sex, anal sex, penetrative sex, just the act of sex. Whereas
Victorian England, they were snaggy as well. They were weird.
Putting the devil in hell is penetrative sex, and then making the beast with two backs, an older but still used phrase for intercourse. Even Shakespeare used that one.
Yeah, I read that in a book.
Did you?
Yeah, I remember the exact book.
Go on.
Oh, it was a Bernard Cornwell book. One of Sharp's. It was Sharp's Trafalgar.
Lovely. Sexy.
I love history. I'm a fucking nerd. You know this.
Yeah. Question 3. Which country is known to have the highest rate of masturbation?
I feel like this should have been multiple choice as well, but I've gone with Japan.
Oh my God, you got it right.
Did I?
Yeah.
You absolute beauties.
I guess we can blame anime and high-speed internet.
Yeah, exactly. Their technology's booming. They love cartoon waifu girls or whatever they're called. Is that what they're called?
Kawaii? I don't know.
I'm sure there's like waifu girls.
Probably, I don't know.
I remember it from Archer. Anyway. Number
4. What's the average time spent on a porn site per visit?
21 minutes.
No. So it's actually 8 minutes. So they've divvied it up by 5 minutes of scrolling and 2 to 3 minutes of watching.
That's probably
Makes
about
sense,
right for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the quick shut off.
Yeah.
And then the
30 seconds of regret.
Yeah. Oh God, the post-nut clarity sometimes. Jesus.
All right. Question 5. When was the first pornographic film released?
1885.
Oh, you were so close. 1896.
Oh, I knew it was going to be the 1800s. I knew it was going to be like a bit of a, really? Like you think like 1970s or something.
Yeah.
But no, and I know they were like, because they used to do the black and white flick stuff.
Mm.
But yeah.
So it's French, and I can butcher the pronunciation if you want me to.
No, I don't want you to. No, yeah, go on. We don't have any listeners in France yet.
Le couche de la Marie.
I think you did really well.
Thank you. Probably fucked it.
Probably. Fuck it. Okay, I got 2 there.
Congrats. I haven't got my pen, so let's mentally write this on our board.
It's on my phone. I've got it. Okay. Chelsea, what on earth are you doing?
Wait 1 second.
No, we're in the middle of an episode. What are you doing?
Wait. I'm nearly done.
What?
Oh, that's better.
Oh my God. These toys from Pulse and Cocktails. Let's be honest. Sometimes the bedroom needs a little upgrade. Maybe it's time to swap meh for, oh my God. Pulse and Cocktails has everything from toys that'll make your toes curl to lingerie that'll have your partner speechless. And listen, I know what you're thinking, but what if the nosy neighbours see my parcel? No worries. They've got next day delivery in total discreet packaging. So even MI5 wouldn't know what's inside. Want to see the goods in person? They've got 16 stores across the UK. Head to pulseandcocktails.co.uk and use our code IOTK for 15% discount. And now Chelsea's finished relaxing. Back to the show.
Oops, wrong hole.
Oh, yes. Yes. Make me laugh, woman.
Alrighty. My friend and I went out for drinks last night and ended up meeting a few nice guys. We brought them back to the Airbnb where we were staying with some other friends. When we got back, my friend's room was already occupied by one of the girls snoring her head off, so I told her that she and the lovely man she brought back could crash in my room with me and my own lovely man. Well, we know this is going right.
For sure.
Well, things escalated quickly, and before we knew it, it had turned into a full-blown dirty fuckfest. Spitting, slapping, hair-pulling, the works. Then came the sudden realisation I was having a full-on orgy with someone I basically see as a sibling. And then, the moment we made eye contact while my guy was balls deep, I immediately started laughing as he thrusted. I completely lost control of my body and let out the biggest fart imaginable.
Oh no, I didn't know that was coming.
Everyone in the room laughed. I had no choice but to own up to it. Still howling and absolutely mortified, waking up today with the beer fear in full force. So she sent this the following day.
I love that. I love that we're the immediate
the
thought.
Forefront, yeah.
I farted last night in a foursome with somebody who's basically my sister. I better tell the guys at Ironing Out the Kinks. Luke and Chelsea will love this.
Love that so much.
I mean, yeah. Just the thought.
Hey, it happens. You were drinking.
Yeah. And I can just see it from the man's point of view. You're like, what a night. This has turned into a great... She just farted on my dick. What? What? Oh, I'm so grateful you sent that in while still hungover.
That's her.
Oh, brilliant.
Next one.
Yes, please.
So my boyfriend and I finally had our first threesome with another guy. He's a bit of a switch, but loves the idea of watching another guy fuck me and me being used by both of them. He isn't bisexual himself, so it was purely set up for them to both be going at me and not get involved with each other. Got to love a man who is comfortable with his sexuality to be naked with another dude. Sure do.
I've been naked with so many men.
All right. Anyway, so we were excited, nerves were high, but once things actually started happening, we quickly realised we didn't really plan the logistics. At one point, my boyfriend shifted, and before anyone could react, their dicks just touched. Like full-on lightsaber duel for half a second. I swear I heard Star Wars music in my head. My boyfriend yelped. And the other guy went completely silent. And I just sat there desperately trying not to laugh because I knew if I did, my boyfriend might actually have an existential crisis. We tried to move past it, but let's say they both kept a lot of distance between themselves after that. He yelped.
I'm going to say this now. If you're going to have a threesome with another man, as a man, you've got to be comfortable enough for sometimes dicks and balls to touch.
They're going to touch, yeah.
They're going to touch. If you're like, let's do both holes, they're going to touch.
Go in, yeah.
Like, come on. So don't yelp. Don't have lightsaber battles. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Yeah, but just be comfortable with sack on sack. I'm in no way into men, but I'm comfortable with
lightsaber moments.
If I'm going to be in that situation, I'm going to be comfortable with that.
Yeah.
You know, that's whatever.
I love that they had their first threesome though.
I'm buzzing for you on that as well. That's great.
Okay. Would you rather?
Oh yes, right. Let's fucking do this.
All right, this week I'm asking you. I've been on a roll lately, haven't I? With some good questions.
You've knocked some blinders out. Is this the one you're really excited about?
I'm actually really excited about this.
I'm really excited about this one.
So
this gives me. You don't understand. I walk around for about 3 days after recording, going, I don't know, man. Like I just don't know. I'll be like in the queue in Tesco's, and there'll be some old lady like, "Excuse me, are you going to pay?" I'm like, I don't know. What would I rather? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I'll give her a wink and be like, Ironing Out the Kinks. Listen to that, you dirty old bitch.
Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Yeah.
And then I kiss her. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Right. That was me like spanking the tilt-tart on the butt.
Tilt-tart? What?
Yeah.
You can't call him that.
That's what I've called him all my life. That's what my family call him. If my dad's gone down the shop, he'll be like, "Oh, I was chatting to the tilt-tart earlier. Our son's going to the party tonight." My mum used to be a tilt-tart, but that's where we got it from. Not that mum.
Oh, right.
My other mum.
Sounds so weird. Get on with it.
Right, get your phone out.
Oh, okay. What do I need to be on?
Just keep it open and listen to what I ask. So, would you rather have sex with the last person you text, or let your most recent Google search become your next kink?
Okay, hold up. So I can't include me because I sent the result. Okay.
Let me see.
So that's the last person I text. Hold up. What's my last Google search? I don't even know what the fuck that is. No, that's not even my... Is that my Google search?
Let me see.
Hold up. No, that's not my... Google's trying to be too smart for its own
Don't
good.
lie, show me.
No, look. Why the fuck would I have Googled that? Google's trying to be too smart for its own good.
You can go on to your history by clicking the three dots and then pressing history.
I'm gonna have to okay. Oh God, now I'm worried. Oh no, that was... Oh. All right. So it's not that one because I just clicked that. Yeah. It's the one underneath.
Okay, so the first two words. So what's the first two words?
Six Nations.
Yeah, so have sex with the last person you text, or Six Nations is going to become your next kink.
I mean, the Six Nations is hot. If I was going to be into something, it's not...
Well, that actually isn't a Google search. That's an article you viewed. We're talking about your actual search.
Oh, shit, hold up. Yeah, that's another article. All right, so it's going to be a curve runner treadmill. Okay. And I remember searching that because I was looking for images. A curve runner. I use them all the time in the gym. And
you're going to get turned on every time you see one.
Yeah, but then if not, I have to have sex with my mate Dan.
Dan? Dan wasn't the last person you texted.
No, that's him sending. He's texted me.
Oh, it's Dan.
It's Dan. Yeah.
Does Dan listen?
I don't actually know.
Let him know he's on this week's.
I'm going to let him know he's on this week's. Yeah. So I either have sex with my mate Dan.
Yeah.
Who's definitely going to be a top because he's a big boy. Like he's a big muscly geezer. Or
you're going to get turned on every time.
Turned on by how long is the kink going to last for?
It's forever. It's your kink.
Well, I don't want to have sex with Dan. I just don't. I really don't want to have sex with Dan.
Okay, you're going to have to get turned on every time you see her.
I can't, yeah, but that's really, you know why that's so hard?
I know, which...
That's really, really inconvenient for my for my life, for my...
So what are you doing?
Oh, fuck. I mean, it's going to have to be the curve runner, isn't it?
No, but that's so not going to work for your life. Think about every time you see it, when you're with people, when you're around people, when you're around, that group of people. I mean,
I can allude to the fact that my occupation is based around fitness.
The curve runner, yeah. So you're going to get a fucking hard on every time.
I can't coach anybody anymore.
Exactly, not just get a hard on, but you're going to be like seriously turned on.
No,
and be like,
no. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, let's say you see two women eating pussy. You're going to get hard on and not be able to take your eye off it.
No, but I have a thing for feet now. But then I do jiu-jitsu. I don't get turned on with people's feet.
No, but sexy feet. This is a sexy curve runner.
People who do jits with me have got sexy feet. You leave them alone.
This is a sexy curve runner.
It's a bit slutty already though when you look at a curve runner. It's got that dip in it. It's a bit concave and you're like, oh, a little smack on that. But then the curve runner also eats your soul. Stop trying to convince me to have sex with that. It's not going to happen.
So you're going for the curve runner? That's just not going to work in your life.
Who else could it have been? You were the one underneath that message.
I love that.
I'm so pissed off about that. I've got to go for the curve runner. Yeah, I've got to.
Okay.
Get your fucking phone out. Come on. Let's have a little look here.
Right. Oh, it's dead.
Oh, of course it's dead.
Of course it's dead. Although you was the last person I text, so I'm obviously going to go for that.
But it depends. What was the last thing you Googled?
I don't know. What have I Googled today? Probably about my dodgy eye.
Oh yeah, you got a poorly eyeball.
I've currently got a real gammy eyeball.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we're not recording this video.
No one needs to see that.
No. Yeah, so I'm now wanting to fuck curve runners, or am I just getting turned on when on the curve runner?
When you see it, when it's in your presence, when it's there, when you're on it, when you're using it, when you're coaching someone on it.
It sounds hot, to be honest. I'm
excited for tomorrow.
I can coach you on it. No, I'm not excited. I'm not excited to go and look at the curve runner. And the people around me in my world.
I hope they listen to this and now that's so you. When the next thing you on a curve runner, I can be like, you got a boner.
And the thing is, it'll be like in weeks' time. Somebody will wait to catch up, and it'll be in months' time, and they'll go, "You enjoying that?" And I'll just be like sending 800 meters on it. Like, no, not really. What are you talking about? And they're like, pervert. I'm like, what? And then it'll click. No, cool. That's a good episode. I enjoyed that one.
Good.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
So merch. subscribe to us. That's the thing we haven't been talking about. Subscribing to us on whatever you're listening to us on. Again, that helps. It boosts us up. It gets more people listening, more people involved in the conversation, and gets more submissions and things like that, and things for us to talk about, and all of these important things that we can keep doing, and keeping this good time rolling.
Good vibes, man.
All right. No need to take the piss out of me that hard. Okay. Where can they hit us up for some submissions?
Submissions, head on over to our website, which is iotk.fun,
Yep.
F-U-N.
What about our socials?
Ironing Out the Kinks, all one word, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
Get on there. And I challenge everybody this week to just tell one friend about the podcast.
That would be great.
And if you've already told a friend, tell another friend.
Or their parents.
Oh God, that'd be so funny. Tell your parents, or like,
and if
tell your friends' parents and be like, your son/daughter told me to listen to this podcast. I don't know. Have you heard it? I haven't listened to it, but they said that they're really into it. I didn't know if it was a thing you're into. And then just throw your friends under the bus.
Yeah. And also, side note, if your friends' parents are rich, tell their dad my Instagram handle.
Why?
Because I can sell our pictures.
No.
I've got all them feet pics of you. What else are we going to do with them? We're not going to frame them.
What, my feet pics?
Yeah.
I was exactly what I was going to do. I was going to frame them. They were part of my imagination land of roleplay. No, but thank you so much for listening, guys. As always, it's a pleasure. And keep fucking.
Bye.
Bye.